I believe is in there, Austin, PA, and several others, man. So it's gonna be interesting to watch his recruitment as it continues to go on, because I think Ole Miss is in the running right now for Landon Duckworth as well. But man, shout out to Brooks, man, big time for him to be able to do what he was able to do. I believe my co-host is in the back end. I'm not sure if he's ready, so I'm gonna wait till I get a thumbs up in the back end. Once I get that, we're ready to go. No, he gave me a thumbs down, so he's not ready yet. I'll wait for him to give me a thumbs up, and we'll bring him on. All right, a little bit more news. We'll react to one more before we bring Bacon on, man. So right here, this is big news, man. I want to give him a shout out, and this is Cameron Cody. It's such an amazing story, man. If y'all can't go to Savannah Morning News, Dennis Knight did a great write-up on this kid, just talking about his condition, suffering kind of like a cardiac incident when he was a true freshman, having to need a defibrillator just to be able to survive, man. I mean, what a testament and a story. And he suffered all this, y'all, during his freshman year, man. And to be at this point and to be able to just be in this spot to commit to a school and a program, I think is nothing short of phenomenal. So yeah, man, I want to give him his just doing his praise. Clemson is recruiting their butts, they ASS off. I don't care what nobody say, that elite retreat they had, all that good stuff, man. Look, man, Clemson is cooking with fire right now. They're cooking with grease, man. Shout out to Dabo, but 6'2", 290 from Savannah. He had he had 75 tackles, 9 tackles for loss this past season. Just a guy that can eat up space in the run game. He also can rush the passer, man. Phenomenal player and athlete for a Benedictine, man. But a major get. I think my co-host is ready, so we'll get his reaction to this news. What's going on, man?
What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Can't complain, man. How about you, brother?
Hey, man, I can't complain, man. You over here running the show, brother. You're doing a phenomenal job, brother.
I appreciate it. It is definitely not easy, man.
Nah, definitely not. When our eyes on you, you know what I'm saying, get a little tense sometimes, but you're doing a phenomenal job, bro.
Appreciate you, my brother. Mm-hmm. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, man, what you think about this big news with Cameron Cody, man? I mean, massive for him.
Man, phenomenal interior lineman, man. I'm happy to see this for the Clemson family, man. There's been a lot of question marks surrounding the Clemson house, and this is a big get for them, man. Another step in the right direction. I think Clemson will be okay. You know what I'm saying? They hit here and there, but when they hit big. And I believe Cameron Cody is a phenomenal athlete for them.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, everybody comes for Dabo, but I like how this year he's been hitting the portal. He talked about kind of how his recruiting goes, and I love just how open and honest. I don't know why people don't like him, but I think he's doing a phenomenal job with the Clemson Tigers, man, and recruiting at a high level. And they got I think they up to 8, maybe 9 recruits just in this cycle alone, man. And they're doing a marvelous job, man. And you see why they are the class of kind of the ACC currently as it's constructed right now. I think they've won 6 of the past 8 championships. They just a different standard, and they recruit at a high level, and I love that. That's why they bring so many kids in, because you had an opportunity to play so early on.
Yep.
You can sit behind. If you can play, Dabo, that coaching staff, CJ Spill, all them guys, they're gonna play you. You ain't gonna have to worry at all. So I love that as well.
They also have like a distinct recruit that they look for too. So they don't just, some school that kind of give out offers to everybody, not everybody, but you get what I'm saying. But they have, like I said, that distinct recruit they look for, and they go get them.
Good point. No, 100%, man. I mean, definitely agree with you, man. They definitely have a distinct one. But I think they're doing a great job, man.
Not fair. Have you looked at? Have you already put up the whole class, or are you just talking about Cody for obviously because he broke news today?
About Cody, but I mean, I could bring up the class if you want.
You might as well, man. Kind of see where they're at. As of right now, I'm looking. They got the number two class in 2026. Got Chancellor Barclay from Orlando First Academy, offensive lineman. They're pretty deep. What are like 8, 9, maybe like 12 deep? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 12 or 13 players deep.
That's kind of impressive. They are number 2. And crazy, last year they finished actually top 30. It was number 29. So definitely doing a good job. We'll see if they can obviously sustain it. But I mean, yeah, to your point. Oh my gosh, watch these ads. To your point, yeah. Oh, but excuse me, already 13 commits. I mean, so that, I mean, like, yeah, that's how you get it done. Chancellor Barclay, First Academy, as you talked about, Bacon, Connor Salmon, obviously from the Bullet School in Maryland, Naheem Burrows, that was a big get for them out of Jacksonville, Florida. Tavion Wilson, another really good get. Caden Gebhardt from Ohio, Adam Guthrie, Grant Wise getting the interior offensive line. Shavar Young's really good. He's been committed there for a while. I really like him, underrated. Obviously, Cody, Marcel Gibson. I mean, they're doing a good job. Brock Bradley is a very underrated guy, but really good as well.
A lot of O linemen I'm seeing.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely recruit the trenches, bro.
Nah, this is I like it when schools hit the trenches well, man. That's where the game starts at. So, but what's your opinion on Brock? I know you guys got a relationship, to him being at Spain.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think it's underrated. When they got them, I had got a couple texts from Clemson writers, and it was like, "Yo, how good is he?" And I was like, "Yo, he's underrated." I've seen him up close in person. Obviously at the Hoover 707. I haven't seen him in pads, unfortunately, y'all. But I mean, I was impressed with just his IQ, how he saw the game, how he could evaluate defenses, different things like that really like kind of stood out to me. And I think, he's a guy with the right system around him with a coach Dabo. I think he could take that step. We look at Cade Klubnik. I don't think he's that far. I'm not saying that he's him. Obviously, he's not. But when he was coming in, similar thing. Now, he's not as big as he is. You know what I'm saying? But I think kind of similar thing when he came in and look at his development where he is today. That you're going to get the same kind of reduction out of Brock.
Nah, for sure. So before we transition, I just want to ask you about Brandon Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? He's there this year. Have you heard anything? So he played a phenomenal offensive line at Milton, but what do you think?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, you see that guy down there that's 6'8", 280, 290. I mean, Clemson has certain guys in size that they're actually, obviously looking for. I don't know if he sees the field the first year. It's kind of tough to say because they've hit the portal. Offensive line is tough, bro. You know what I'm saying? But like if he played a position group, I say, hey, there is a possibility. You know what I'm saying? Or defense, they don't hesitate. If you can play, they'll play you. But yeah, I mean, he got good size to develop. They have one of the better offensive line coaches. So I definitely think he has an opportunity to definitely get some playing time. I don't know if it'll be year one, but he should be able to see the field at some point in his career.
Sure.
100%, man. But all right, I wanted to ask you. You went to Rusty's MVP camps, man, and got some footage there. So, just what was your thoughts or your takeaways? I've been before, but what kind of stood out to you?
What stood out to me was I only went to it was a mixed group, but I only went to one session. It was the 11 o'clock session. I started to see Caleb Duhart in person for the first time. You know what I'm saying? He competes well. Got some things to clean up in just the technical side of just, you know what I'm saying, backpedal. But the kid is 2027, so that's to be expected. But the biggest thing I took away from watching him is that the kid has got a great attitude, you know what I'm saying, competed well, willing to learn. Let's see, it's another young man named Braden. He won MVP from the DB group. Kid's just a speedster, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of raw talent out there yesterday. Let's see if I can get his name real quick. Braden, where you at, my friend? Let me check my phone. Excuse me, y'all. Definitely want to get this young man's name correct. You never find it when you want to.
Never,
never, man. But his name is Braden. You know what I'm saying? A speedster, bro. This and sometimes he got beat off the lines, got great makeup speed. I'll get his name as the show progresses. He was a name to remember. There was a kid from North Gwinnett who was phenomenal. Coach, you can't talk about the session that I saw not bring up the name of Hudson Chirina, if I'm saying his last name correctly. Cochera. Just routing up everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? The buzz around his name. buddy from North Gwinnett called him out, you know, and cooked him. You know what I'm saying? Was cooking everybody. Yeah, the brother's legit. His stock should
Called him
rise.
out?
Yeah. Buddy called it because he was cooking like and like bro was visibly and verbally from everybody around. Like, yeah, he's probably the best defensive back out here. She was like, man, we gotta see what he's talking about. Called him out. You know what I'm saying? Gave him a little in and out shimmy. Another one at the top of the route once he stacked him. Cooked him outside for the sideline. But yeah, man. So Hudson is that guy. You know what I mean? So I'm sure his stock will continue to rise. I believe he won the overall MVP of that session, man. So shout out to Hudson and everything going on at Cambridge. Some quarterbacks. I'm from Noonan, man. You know what I'm saying? Brody Campbell, number 212. You know what I'm saying? Brought home one of the quarterback MVPs down there, up there at Milton. So shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? It's always a blessing to see kids from your hometown come out, you know what I'm saying, abroad, outside their comfort zone, outside their hometown and do their thing. So yeah, man, those are my biggest takeaways. I also got a shout out my guy Abdul Diallo. Went out there, competed, man. Won some, lost some, but what really stood out to me was he's very physical at the line, right? You know what I'm saying? Jammed a couple guys before I told her, I said, brother, and the DB coach said the same thing. Like, you start the right way, but you got to finish. So jammed him. If he just takes him to the sideline, you know what I'm saying, he wins probably 80% of his reps. Didn't make it to the final grouping. To me, I thought it was a little biased that he didn't make it in, but that's just how the game goes. You got to keep your head up and keep playing. But so those are my biggest takeaways from Rusty and Chad's camp.
There you have it. Obviously, a big time camp. Seen big time news, man. Obviously, all weekend long. Had Elite 11, all 22. I was talking about obviously a player before that. But yeah, man. I mean, Rusty's camp is obviously creme de la creme. Is one of the best ones out there, man. So obviously, shout out to all the players, man, that competed in battle. I'm sure that was a lot of fun to see and watch.
Yeah, definitely, man. And then rain wasn't too crazy. Yeah, so the rain kind of died down. That was nice, man. But I did get some intel from the QB11 camp. I was in some DMs. I gotta shoot those clips to you. But let me see. Hold on. I was talking to a player, and he was like, "Yeah, I did well, but they gave the award to Faison Braden. He's who got that's who got the award yesterday at Elite 11. But you know, obviously, there's a lot of talented QBs out there. So you know, Murphy was out there, Justin Murphy. Darnell was out there. Holtzclaw from Gainesville. What's QB one at Gainesville, Nash?
Kareem
Hughley was out there. It was Landon Duckworth, as you mentioned in the show earlier. So it was a loaded field. All 22. Jabars Gaor was out there. I saw Brett shouted him out. So there's a lot of talent out there, man. So wish we could have made it out there, but you know what I'm saying, we had to we was at Milton.
There you have it. Yeah, man. Obviously Aiden Kane ended up winning defensive line MVP. Yeah. You had Langston Hogg, who won obviously MVP as well. Georgia players definitely dominated this camp. I'm gonna pull it up here real quick, so y'all can see off the screen. Y'all give me one sec. All right, so here it is right here, y'all. So Jalen Taylor ended up winning. Leo Dorsey. Taylor, I believe he goes to Oxford High School out in Bama. Dorsey is a DB. He goes to Westlake, so that could be the next one in line for them. Obviously, running back was Kingston Mays. He's out of Mississippi and Jackson. Max Brown, obviously from Jefferson. He ended up winning linebacker, so shout out to him. And then you had Langston Hogg of Cartersville. He ended up winning offensive line. And then obviously Aiden Kane of Gainesville ended up winning defense, man. So that is basically who stood out and performed well.
Man, Max is getting bigger, man.
100%, man. Hey, that's that routine, man. That's them genes. Possibly having them right.
I see you, man. I see. Shout out to them.
100%. But man, I gotta get your reaction to this. I don't think you've seen this story yet. But some massive news, brother. We still in the high school realm. But a blue chip recruit is liking what he's seeing, Bacon. So Got to get your reaction. Blue Chip Recruit says Deion Sanders' contract extension opens doors for a commitment. And guess who it is, Bacon?
Big Roddy, man.
Yeah, man. So I know you got a little school, but some. But Big Rod said he likes to see it. He says it definitely makes me comfortable. Obviously that's what safety Jordan Deck ended up saying. Let me see if we can get Rodney. Okay, here's Rodney. Obviously, he has 7 official visits. He's going to have SMU, UCLA, Penn State, Missouri, Tennessee, Colorado, and Florida State. He said even with a busy schedule, he said there is a possibility of me going there, even though he doesn't have OV set up. Asked to clarify if he confirmed that extension opened up the possibility of a future commitment to Colorado. He said being coached by Coach Prime will be an honor. You know what I'm saying? So as you see it, a lot of recruits is chiming into obviously him getting the contract extension for another 5 years, where a lot of people said he would leave. We'll talk about that more later. But just what is your reaction, Bacon, to that news? And Rodney basically saying that, hey, there is a possibility I might be going out there with the Buffs.
I think Colorado is the perfect place for Rodney Colton. There's somewhere where you can, definitely learn the game. He's gonna learn the game anywhere he goes, man. He's just a sponge for the game of football. But going somewhere where he feels comfortable is going to be a big thing for him. Fortunately or unfortunately, it's going to be thousands of miles away from home. But Coach Prime is going to understand and empathize with a kid like Rodney Colton coming from kind of similar. Single home environment. You know what I mean? So that's going to be big. Like the relatability, like I said, and just. It's going to be a family atmosphere out there. It's going to be a family atmosphere wherever it goes. But I just think it's more tailor-made. And I think the people understand what I'm saying. It's going to be more tailor-made for, going to Colorado. You know what I mean? So I think it's perfect. We'll see where he decides to go. But, again, tailor-made fit.
There you have it. That's Baker's reaction. Tailor-made fit. All right, man. So, look, I got to get your reaction. It was a big day for Georgia Tech. Some of it is, lumped in with basketball news. I've already reacted at the beginning of the show, but just want to get your reaction. Big news day, obviously, for the Yellow Jackets. I talked a little bit about it here in my post. Duncan Powell hits the transfer portal. Georgia Tech's women's basketball coach, Nell Fortner, she officially retired, even though she signed an extension for 2029-2030. Tony Morgan also hit the transfer portal, who's the outstanding guard for them. And he had Anthony Carey, the running back, hitting the portal as well. What is just your reaction to all the news today?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Anthony Carey, man. We talked about him on the last show. He had some shining moments in the games that he got in, averaging 4 yards a carry, very efficient when he got the ball, but kind of got the ball in garbage time. Didn't get a lot of meaningful carries. So, to see him move, it's probably the best thing for him. But they're bringing in some more running backs. He wants to go somewhere where he gets some more eyes on him. I think that's my biggest take from that situation. Obviously, the biggest one, Coach Nell Fortner retiring, man. That's so press conferences coming up. Our editor, Jackson Cardell will be at the press conference to give us that information. It's going to be interesting to see why she decided to pull the plug after getting that extension. That's definitely what I want to know. That's the big news. That's what I want to hear, her side of the story. Obviously, 7 players, I believe 6 or 7 players from this team, which is the majority of the team, hit the transfer portal. So now we're not like, oh, man, what's going on? We now know that they had an inside track of Coach Nell definitely probably brought him in. I'm going to be deciding to move. I'm still in limbo, but to do what you guys want to do with that information. So that's going to be intriguing news to see why she decided to make this decision. The third news, obviously, Tony Morgan, she hit the portal today. You know what I mean? Pretty much, not going to say a 3-year starter, but she made starting efforts since her freshman year, winning multiple all freshman of the weeks. I'm saying she's a 1,000-point scorer for the Yellow Jackets, 5th all-time leader in assists. So, averaging 13.7 points. So she's and she's had some triple doubles, and she's 5'9". So she's a dog coming out of Florida. So it's wherever she goes, I'm sure she'll flourish. And the biggest news, not the biggest news, but I am saying we all love the Shaggy man, Duncan Powell. I was hoping he was going to stay in, man, because to me he's a glue guy, and I feel like he would have got significant minutes and possibly would have got even more shine with the Yellow Jackets. But number 31 would definitely be missing blue and gold. But him transitioning on, entering his name in the transfer portal, after entering his name into the NBA draft. So he's obviously testing the waters. We see this all the time in basketball of guys putting their name into the draft. Where I think the rules have changed now. If you had an agent, if you did get an agent but put your name into the draft, you had the option of limbo, where if you didn't like your status, you could come back. So we're seeing this kind of the same thing here. Him playing both sides. He'll probably be back for his senior year. I think he has a chance to improve his stock coming back for his senior year instead of jumping into the waters. I'm saying this is a guy who's I said it last week in the basketball podcast, which is every Thursday at 8:00, by the way. Kicking, the young man can shoot the ball. Pesky defender, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say like a Dennis Rodman type of defender, but on a college level, that's exactly what he is. This is expanding his range to the 3-point line, rebounding, can bring the ball up the court, can pass the ball, it's gonna get downhill, draw fouls, can shoot efficiently from the free throw line. So, you know what I'm saying? Another Dallas kid, man, got a great story. So wishing the best for Duncan. Where will he land? I don't know, but it will definitely be interesting, and we will definitely have to beat you on the basketball pod on Thursday. But yeah, man. So I said what I've said, but just what's your opinion on this big news? Sad news, as Miss Nancy said in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, it's tough. It's a tough day for Georgia Tech, but I think they'll be all right at the end of the day. As far as the basketball front, as I said earlier, that was kind of some of your cornerstone players last year. How do you replace them? You still got a guard spot you got to fill with Nate George hitting the portal. I know a lot of Tech fans are not high on him. I get it. I feel y'all understand. But he still was your guard. He led the ACC in assists. He was top 12 in the country. So who's going to fill that? Is it going to be a Kai Fleming? Is it going to be Eric Chatfield? You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be Jaden Mustaf? Who's going to fill that void for you? And then obviously wing and big, as you can see with Duncan Powell, who was kind of like you said, he's a glue guy. So Energizer Bunny, like when he came in, he like galvanized the team. That's hard to replace. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Damon Stoudemire does in the portal. Like I said, I think this is humbly a make or break year for them. It is.
Yes.
They got to take that step forward. They did have some improvement last year, but if they definitely want to keep them around, which I think Coach Stoudemire is a great coach, they got to make the tournament this year. Somehow, some way, you got to be a top 6 team at least, I think, in the ACC. And at least, whether that's an 11 seed, 12 seed, 13 seed, whatever, Tech has to find their way into the tournament. And from there, you play with house money. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the step forward they have to take. So it definitely won't be easy. And then for the girls' basketball, it's tough losing, obviously, Coach Nell and what she meant. And then so many girls transferring out with her and going to other programs. A really good team I thought they had this year, one of the better ones they've had in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of young talent. I'm with the athletic director, Coach Jay Batt. A lot of talent, but now you got to find somebody. And he said the search will not be regional; it will be national. You got to find somebody that can recruit talent at a high end level. Who that is, I don't know. And to be honest, I kept it 100 with Georgia Tech fans. I'm still new to the girls transfer portal, so I don't know how impactful a transfer is in girls basketball. Right now, I have seen Haley Van Lith, obviously with TCU, and she's been doing her thing. But how impactful one can be, I would have to see in order to say. It's kind of hard to see. And I don't think Georgia Tech has hit the portal a lot when it comes to girls basketball, if I'm not mistaken. They really kind of recruit, develop within. You look at Toni Morgan, you look at Kara Dunn, right? They get their girls, and they only got one girl coming in this class, Michaela Jackson. That's it. Nobody else for 2025. So it's like, how are you going to fill out the rest of the roster? You're going to have to hit the portal. And who is going to be those girls you hit? Because over 1,000 girls in the portal, right? Over a band. So it's like, it got to make sense, you know, when they do it. So be interesting to see. And then obviously I'm with you. I did a whole video on it. Tech fans have been marking it up. It's going crazy. I appreciate y'all. Much love to y'all. But yeah, I just think he got crowded, man. When you look at Dalen Gordon or you look at Chad Alexander, 2 Wiley veterans, right? You look at Malachi Hosley, who's a transfer. He's coming in, right? He's one of the best backs in the portal. Jamal Haynes, who's kind of your Swiss Army knife, can do everything. Can catch out of the backfield, block, running between the tackles, burst, everything. And then you add Traylon Maddox along with Anthony Carey in that class, and you still got 2 guys in the 2025 class that still has to come. J.P. Powell from Miller County and Shane Marshall, Irwin County. The possibility of him hitting the field was very rare, and I think he's seen the writing on the wall, and he was like, "Hey, let me do what's best for him." And at the end of the day, it's a business. You guys do that.
Nah, I agree with you with 100%. I don't want to get too far off the beaten path, and not the beaten path, but too far off the path of football. But that point you brought up about Michaela, that's another layer to the story, because you know what I'm saying. Will she have a scholarship with a new coach coming in? So I'm sure she's, you know what I'm saying, opening back up that recruitment a little bit, man. But it's definitely an interesting day for the Tech program and Tech fans nationally, because I know the Yellow Jacket fans are not just Atlanta; they sea to shining sea.
100%. And then my question for you, Bacon, really interesting one. We haven't talked about it yet. I know last week we did a lot about just like high school teams decided to see, but what team do you think is under the most pressure in 2025 when it comes to high school ball?
I think it's Carrollton, man. I went over there, and they're the talk is, you know, so we're preparing for this. We're on a state championship type of run, and I think we would have said the same thing last year with Julian Lewis being in his senior season, reclassing. You know what I mean? We thought they were going to get it done this year. You know what I'm saying? Jew had his wrist injury.
Mm-hmm.
I think Carrollton is probably under the most pressure out of everybody to really get it done, whether they wanted to admit it or not. They want to get that monkey off their back. You know what I'm saying? Coach Joey King hasn't won one since Cartersville, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I know they want to get that monkey off the back, you know what I'm saying, and bring the hardware back to Carrollton.
Yeah, I feel you, Bacon. It's gonna probably be hard, man. You know, I like Mason Holtzclaw. I haven't seen him in person, so I can't speak to that. But that's a lot of pressure for a transfer quarterback coming in, man. They got some pieces, obviously, Kamari Farmer, Ryan Mosley. We'll see how that looks defensively this year. But obviously, you're gonna lose Zealous Hicks, who reclassed. He's at Texas now. You'll still have Dorian Barney, but who are your other pieces? CJ Gamble's obviously another one to watch. Mateo Wells on the offensive line. But I don't know. I feel like last year was really the year for them to do it. This year might be a little bit tougher. You know what I'm saying, for Carrollton. Not saying it's impossible, but Grayson practically returns everything. DC, you know, they're gonna want to obviously win this year. This is the kind of they make or break year too. You know what I'm saying? I think Walton will be better this year. You gotta throw North Cobb in there. You can't forget about Lowndes and Jace Johnson and them boys. You know, it's interesting, man. I definitely respect that, though. I definitely respect that they definitely want to win a state title, and that's what you should strive for. I just think 6A is going to be interesting, to say the least, man. And it's a little up there because, I mean, you throw obviously those three teams in, and then we'll see how everything else shakes out. But definitely interesting to say. But if I had to say a team, I'm gonna go two. I'm gonna go Douglas County.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go North Cobb. The reason I say North Cobb is because respectfully to all the quarterbacks they've had, respectful to Nick Grimstead, respectful to Malachi Singleton. I think they single-handedly have the best quarterback they've had in a long time. I'm not gonna say history. I'm not gonna go through all that and say all that, but I'm saying in the past decade, I think they have the best quarterback they've had. And I think Teddy is that one that can get them over the top of the edge. They got the weapons in Still Ingram. They got the offensive line pieces. They have Brandon Anderson on the offensive line. Recently announced his top 5 team. They always have a great defense. They got heavy hitters. They got a running game with Zachary Bellew, who is young in 2028 class. And they got, obviously, head coach Shane Queen. Feels like this is the year. Not saying they have to win a state championship, but they have to make a run, I think, quarterfinals, semifinals, and beyond. You know what I'm saying, this year. So I would put them in that combo. And obviously DC. Now, DJ Bordeaux left, went back to Colorado. But you got Michael Johnson. You're expecting him to be the guy, right? If everything goes right, I haven't heard any transfer rumors about Devin Carter. You know what I'm saying? It's coming back, you know what I'm saying? So him, Aaron Gregory, you know what I'm saying? You got a good running game. You got Jordan Breeze Carter. You got one of the best safeties in Jamar Owens. You have everything you need. This should be the year, again, y'all get there. You know what I'm saying? That year, a couple years ago, semifinals, really should make the finals. Should have been going up against, obviously, a team that won it all instead of Woodward. You got to finish the job. Now, this year, hey, good year. They lost to Grayson. I respect it. You know, nearly had that 1-1. But this year, you got to finish the job because there ain't no Aaron Gregory coming back. There ain't no Devin Carter coming back. You're going to miss a lot of pieces, bro. I think Michael Johnson is 26 as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so, like, this is the year for Doug. If you're going to do it, this is the year.
Yeah, that's probably that's another good one. I'll say that. Yeah, Mike Johnson, They're probably under the most pressure for sure. Yeah, without a doubt, because they're very top heavy, big senior class, very talented senior class. I agree with you. But we also can't, in terms of defenders at Carrollton, we can't forget about Tyler Boyd, Caden Spratling. So they're gonna have some names on in that Trojan defensive room. There's definitely gonna be some names we're gonna learn about. But yeah, I agree with you. Definitely Carrollton is probably under the most in terms of North Cobb. They're gonna have Teddy's a 27, right?
Teddy's a 27. The running back's a 28. But I just think the accumulation of talent, obviously the narrative that's been pushed around is, them winning playoff games, right? That's forever been the narrative. So that's why I put them. That's probably not a pick everybody would say. And I like the coach. They got a great coach in Shane Queen. That's just not as reflective of him. But with that accumulation of talent, it's time to do something deeper than second round. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go take that next step. And I think they can do it. You know what I'm saying? And I think with the added pressure of Teddy, who is a 4-star, according to On3 industry ranking.
Future 5.
Hey, you should be able, in my humble opinion, you should be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? This should be the year, no excuses. Now I get it. Walton go be better. Walton's in your region, which that game to me, you got to televise that game. You know what I'm saying? That's a must. Yeah. Like them two playing, you got to televise that game with everything they got coming in and how good they're going to be under Coach Bruner. So, I mean, this is a year, like I said, I don't think they got to win it all, but you got to make a run.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, and then 20, they got time, brother. That's what I'm saying. They got. I feel what you're saying. They want to get the monkey off their back too. Today's 27. If what they have now, they're gonna lose. They have now a piece. We have Teddy Gerard. Come play with Teddy if you're on the offensive side. I'm saying we got they're gonna work. They're gonna work, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I feel you though. I would be pressing too. Like let's get this done. Let's build up this momentum. But to that point now, how much pressure is Grayson under though? Try to win back to back. You said bring it back a lot.
You not just say Grayson. Grayson ain't under no pressure. Who the hell thought they was gonna win last year? Tell me. Besides Coach Carswell and Coach Centavious Bryant. Yeah. Them Grayson players and them parents in that community, who the hell picked Grayson to win last year? Please tell me. Because they weren't even a favorite going against Carrollton in the championship game. Nobody, bro.
They were not. I don't know, but this I'm sure that was a focal because they kept the wrist injury under wraps.
I feel you. What I'm saying is you go look at any media outlet or service. I don't even think they didn't even put them boys on TV. How many times can you say Grayson ain't been put on TV?
That's facts.
Come on, bro. Everybody lost it when they lost to Collins Hill. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah. Lost my point. Everybody lost it and said that was it. You know what I'm saying? And then when they barely beat Thompson, who's a really good team in Alabama, Grayson's not that good this year. And Grayson ended up winning the damn title. Nobody had them boys doing that. Grayson is under no pressure, in my humble opinion. Now, the ones that say that they are, hey, more power to you. Grayson ain't under no pressure. You just won a championship with one of the youngest coaches. That's their 4th championship under the 4th different head coach. They have nothing left to prove. They won one under the regime of Centavious Bryant. They won one with obviously this 2026 class. They sent the 2025 class out right. They have no pressure.
None. I mean, you saying that, but as it gets to the month of December and they're up there in that Final Four, you know what I'm saying? Especially that championship game. You got a top loaded class of seniors. You're gonna want to get that job done for them.
I'll disagree. You're gonna want to get the job done, but to say, let's say they fall short. Let's say they play DC again. Let's say the brackets is different. Let's say it's DC and Grayson in the state championship. Let's say it's a game-winning touchdown or a game-winning field goal. If you Grayson, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but are you gonna feel bad? Hey, we nearly went back to back. We got back to the state championship, or we made the semifinals with this class? No, because we won one a year before. It's like vindication. Same thing with Milton. Like if Milton didn't win this past year, it wasn't going to be the worst because we knew this was like a lot of their last class, but it wasn't going to be like, oh man, like they underachieved. No, they won a ring. So I put it like this to wrap up this part. They won a ring they really shouldn't have had to win, right? When Milton beat Walton was the favorite, right? Milton was not expected to win that. They won. So that second year, even though there was pressure in the national, they still was playing with house money. Grayson, same thing. They won the championship when everybody had Carrollton winning or other teams winning. They playing with house money.
But I'll ask you this, and we can move on. If Grayson Douglas County and state championship, who's the favorite?
DC.
I agree. I just wanted to ask.
DC. Respectfully.
That's tough.
They would be the favorite. That's not saying they would win, but they would be the favorite. By most people, yes. If we was to do how we do in the NFL or college and we did spread lines, you would have everybody's spread line would be on DC, bro. Come on, bro.
For sure.
Yeah,
for the casual, but we can't forget about number 16 in black. I mean, in green.
I mean, you're talking about Tyler Atkinson for sure.
It's a game maker, bro.
That's bro. He's that different. He's that missing piece. He's like that Micah Parsons, TJ Watt type of impact for sure, 100%.
But we won't hover on this topic. We can go back and forth by another 5 10. But
nah, 100%. Well, we'll talk about that more as the season goes. But I did want to get your hot topic. We'll go on college real quick before we bring on SB Prod. But no, I want to get your thoughts on this, man. I think it sucks. I really love the idea. I don't know why the NCAA would say no. It's only going to bring more eyes and attention to the sport. But they officially denied the proposed spring game between Colorado and Syracuse. I mean, I don't like it. I don't see what the problem is with this happening, but they have officially denied it. Again, I'm not a fan, but what's your thoughts?
Man, I don't like you said. I don't like it. I'm gonna pull a wild hair out and say we're not gonna let Deion Sanders come in and take over and change things around, which could have been something to do with this. But I won't be surprised to see this come back up and they let it ride, because I think it's a great thing for college football. As once again, that's entering into another golden era of the sport. It's just unfortunate we're not going to be able to see it this year, but I think it'll be back up, man.
Nah, 100%. I agree. I don't even think that's a wild hair, bro. I think that's a valid statement. You seeing that, like, hey, Deion, look, we get it. We know you're the hot shot, like, hey, but we still have a certain way we do things, and we want to stick to that. So I really think you're 100% right. Like, hey, because then that can look bad when it's like, okay, well, he comes in, you change all these rules, or I think it's interesting. I mean, you bring up a really good point, but I just think for like the aura around the sport, like, come on, bro. Like, there's not much to do around this time. I know respect to baseball. I love baseball. I love MLS. I was actually at a game this past weekend. A lot of fun being able to see that. But, like, it doesn't equate to the same thing that spring football is, especially if you got this type of matchup with two coaches that got really good relationships with each other. I think it would have been box office TV, man. So it's unfortunate, but, hey, it is what it is. But we got a comment. I'm going to address the comment, man. It's via Georgia Tech. So shout out to Guy. He's been very supportive of the channel. He says, just don't get Georgia Tech. I've watched Anthony Carey since he was a freshman in high school. He had a YouTube channel and made a video about his commitment and saw GT would show more interest than all the other schools, telling him this is the place for you. We want you here. You're the best running back. Georgia Tech is the right place for you. And he even stated in his vid that GT would come to his school a lot of time and talk and discuss and convince him to go to GT. They took him and didn't even play him and gave him garbage time. I just don't get it. Crazy work out here, wasted time. What's your reaction to that, Nick?
First things first, it's a business. Schools, and I'm sure a lot of recruits know this by now, but definitely wasted time. But my question for Kerry is, or just the whole thing is, what was he like in practice? Did he win reps? Was it political? So was he winning, just not getting the time? If that's the case, then that's another side to the whole thing. But if he was not producing, then this is just a product to it. But yeah, I mean, saying obviously he was all in when Tech was on the rise. So you know what I'm saying? That's just my perspective. I'm not going to get too deep, brother. But what you think?
Yeah, I feel him. I think I don't want to put it like I don't think like Georgia Tech lied or anything. Like I said, I just think they were so loaded in a crowded room. It's just hard to even though he's immensely talented, I think it's just hard when you got veterans in, you hit the portal. And I know you're probably thinking, arcs WTF. I know you probably think like, well, why did they hit the portal and get one of the best backs? But I think Coach McKenzie is like, look, man, this is the most banged up position.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if these guys can miss time. I want to have somebody or multiple guys that can play, you know what I'm saying, just in case, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to miss a beat at this position because somebody got hurt. And I think that's the rationale that he has. Now, look, I don't have anything. I haven't talked to Coach McKenzie. That is just my outsider's perspective. You know what I'm saying, and my thoughts on it, you know what I'm saying, humbly. But I think it is wasted time for sure. I think they recruited him hard. I think they liked him out of high school. I just think circumstance played more of a factor here. Not that they didn't want him, but I just think, you know, with all the talent they got in that room, it's just it is very tough, you know, and I think that definitely played a factor.
I agree.
Yeah. But I appreciate the comment, man. You always show love, man. Definitely appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all fans are the best, man. 100%. Don't let nobody else tell y'all otherwise. All right, man. Other news, man. Bacon, got to get your reaction to this. Coach Prime Time signed a hefty extension. Everybody was saying Coach Prime was going to leave, though, man. Everybody saying Coach Prime was going to leave, and Coach Prime ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, man. So, I mean, what is your thoughts to this landmark deal for him? I think he's the 4th highest paid coach now in college football. Y'all go read the article by Heather Dennis. Obviously, she's a top reporter for ESPN. I mean, what is your thoughts, man? It's going to increase to $10 million. And it's crazy. And I'll point this out real quick too, Bacon, to get your thoughts. They actually didn't even have the money to afford him initially. So this was kind of like a risk Coach Prime took at the time. Leaving Jackson State to go to Colorado, because even their AD said they ain't had the money for the man. But then you see the impact that he had, the selling out the games, the merch, the aura around, and he got what he wanted, man. So what is your thoughts on that aspect? Because I feel like it's a great testament, Bacon. We always talk about betting on yourself, being ready for your opportunity. Sometimes you got to take the low ball in order to get there. I think Coach Prime is a great testament of that, betting on himself. Maybe the money wasn't there initially, but continue to grind and work hard, and you get to what you really wanted. And then, 2, just Colorado having their guy for the next couple of years.
Yeah, man. This is just a product. I mean, I'm sure they got the money from somewhere, like in Jackson. I can't remember how much the city grossed, but you know what I'm saying, when you have a football team that's winning, all these celebrities coming to town, hotels is filling up, bars is filling up. You know what I'm saying? Uber rides is probably jam packed to get your kid. It's not enough people that can really get into the scene. There's probably more people that's I'm gonna start driving Uber because on Saturdays because the games be packed. They don't tell who I'm gonna pick up. So you got all this GDP, all this inflation cash is coming into your city. You know what I'm saying? So politics just making more money. Like I said, everything is coming around, and I believe this $10 million off of what Deion made playing NFL and in the MLB. I believe I saw a post about that. So I mean, like you said, he came in, bet on himself, and knew he was gonna get the job done. This just speaks ultimately to who Coach Prime is as a man, his morals, his ethics. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a surprise. You know, there's always gonna be people fishing for headlines, talking about. I believe I heard somebody talk about like, you know what I'm saying, possibly Jerry's gonna trade up to get Shador and they're gonna get Shiloh. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's Jerry and Cowboys are a different discussion, but this is just like I said, a testament to who Coach Prime is. To me, you don't bring in kids and say I mean, we know what happened to Jackson. That's a different scenario, but you don't bring in kids and talk to them and recruit them like, hey, I'm gonna be here and go to the NFL, dip out on him. That's not good character. That's not who Coach Prime is. That's not a man of faith, right? And we see Coach Prime is very steady firm in what he believes. So, you know what I mean? This is just who Coach Prime is, testament to his hard work. Congratulations to him. Coaching staff, the loaded coaching staff. You don't bring in that type of coaching staff short notice and go and just dip out. So, you know what I'm saying? This is just who he is.
No, 100% agree, man. I mean, this is who he is. This is what he's been able to do. And he's taken the sport by storm, man. And I mean, I think he's been a lot of fun to watch. And I mean, he's special, man. And I'm happy he got his bread, man. Definitely well deserved. And he's going to be a phenomenal talent. Now we got SBProd waiting in the back. We're going to bring him on in just a second. We talked obviously about Georgia Tech and everything. I want to talk about one more topic before we bring him on. And I wanted to talk about this class real quick, Blaken, and get your thoughts on this before we bring him on, because I think that's going to wrap up all the topics we got for tonight. before we bring on obviously our guest, man. But what is your thoughts on Tech's 2026 class? Coach Kobe Jones doing a hell of a job. Already landed a blue chip recruit in Jaden Terry, man, who's obviously, you know what I'm saying, the cousin of Justice Terry, who's a 5-star prospect over now at Texas. But he got, that kid is a ball hawk, man. I mean that kid right there can ball. You know what I'm saying? I watched his film, I studied it. I was definitely impressed, man. So them landing him so early, I think Duke, Kentucky, Mississippi State was in contention. They did an outstanding job landing him. Then they got Travis Stevenson's their first commit. Obviously, he's from Brooks County, man. Underrated guy, but could be very special potentially. And then Ladarius Crumity, who ended up visiting on an unofficial in a spring practice, getting them. But I think, Bacon, for me, my overall thoughts is Tech is recruiting the DB spot at an elite level right now. You know what I'm saying? An elite level, man. So I think they are going to be special. You know what I'm saying? Going forward, this class is going to tell us a lot. This 2025 class with Tay Harris and Dalen Pinson and those boys. But going forward, they got something special at the helm at the DB spot, man. And you got to credit the coach. And last comment, I'm bringing you on, Bacon. The fact that they're getting these recruits this early says a lot. March, my guy. They didn't get their first recruit, I think, until like June last year. So the fact that you got this early says a lot. And I know it's top 50, and fans will be like, man, why are we 50? We were top 25 last year. Just give it time, man. I don't think they done. There you go, making them pump the brakes. They still recruiting. I haven't really said too much because I'm still trying to figure out the direction that Georgia Tech is going as far as their recruiting. But they have locked in. I think for the most part, they got their DB spot right.
Yeah, it's a passing league. You want to get good DBs. You know what I mean? It's really already a loaded defensive backfield. I just brought up the two names, Tay Harris, Dalen Pinson, Daquan White. Still got a couple of years to play, but it's just a phenomenal job, man. This is just the type of buzz, no pun intended, on that they've created. You know, so when you're winning and you're bringing in, you know what I'm saying, blue chips like you did last year, Josh Petty, Tay Harris. I mean, you turn on Tay Harris film, that's all you need to know. But let me touch on Jaden Terry, man. Watching state championship when they played, not who they Bowden that first time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Exploded on the TV screen, explosive routes. He's a crazy athlete. Probably might be a 4.4 guy. I'm not sure what his official 40 time is, but the kid can fly, kid's athletic, like we talked about last week. Kid's 6'3", long, knows how to play through the hands, a ball hawk, you know what I'm saying? It's just a natural defensive back. Off the top, I think Terrell, not AJ Terrell. I think AJ Terrell.
Oh, okay.
Real, he's elite. Maybe a little more sticky in coverage. No slight to AJ Terrell. I believe he's a phenomenal corner. That's why he just got the bag. But that's what I see in Jaden Terry. So yeah, this is a phenomenal class, a great start, and I'm excited to see where things go.
There you have it, man. All right, man. We got a couple comments, man. We get to, and we bring SB Prod on. He says that's what he wanted to do to be a true freshman, put numbers, and they knew that. All I'm gonna say is, why get him if you know Jamal is playing the whole game? What school do you think he'll transfer to, or you want him to? Want to hear y'all thoughts on this, and also said, always going to show love to the channel. Love what you do. Now, much love, bro. Definitely appreciate that support, man. Hey, again, we live every Monday, man. So we'll be talking about Yellow Jackets, any news we see. But where do you think he transfers? I guess I'll start. I'm going to say, I think it's going to be an SEC school. I think he's going to hit SEC, maybe a ACC school, maybe Louisville or Miami. But I think I can see him at an SEC school potentially. Not like your big thoroughbreds. I'm not talking about Georgias and Bamas. I'm not talking about them schools. Maybe an Ole Miss, Missouri, a Mississippi State. I can see him at any of those schools.
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure how to really gauge to where he would go. I mean, obviously, he's a local guy, so SEC would be a good guess for me. But I'm not really sure like how to gauge and really say where he would go. I just hope he finds the best situation for him.
There you have it. That's our thoughts, man. I know I give a little bit more in depth, but that's how we think it. That's how we looking at it, man. But we got our guy ready in the background, man. Give me a thumbs up. SB Prod, you can hear me. You ready to go, man? All right, there it is. Thumbs up. The best creative in the game. Let's join the building. SBProdMedia, man. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, man, that was a good day to be around you two, man. How y'all been, man? I knew I smelt money.
Man, big good, man. Staying busy, man. How about you?
I know it, man. Everything I've been watching you guys' stuff, man. I'm loving what you guys are continuously doing. I think it's hard to not only just be in the football world, but in the basketball world, which you guys do a great job of as well. So, you guys are legends in 2 games, like in Pee Wee Kirkland, man. I like what I'm seeing from you guys.
I like Pee Wee Kirkland, little New York reference. I like that, brother. Sure. You know what I'm saying? The house looks cozy, brother. You know what I'm saying? I aspire to do something like that one day, man. But what I'm saying, let's not had anything to start with, brother. I just want to ask you, man. You are a full-time creative. You know what I'm saying? You work. Well, we'll say part-time creative. You work a full-time job. You know what I'm saying? Full-time family man, full-time husband, full-time father. Just how do you know what I'm saying, find the time to still be creative, even though you have so many responsibilities?
Yeah, it's hard, man. I don't think it's only stuck with creatives at all. I think work-life balance is difficult for anybody. So kids that are listening to this show right now, man, adulting is a serious thing. You guys think just freedom and getting away from your parents' house. Nah, there's bills and there's other things that come with that. But no, the work-life balance is difficult. I think for me, I've just been blessed to have good customers, good clients, good business partners that give me the time to do what I do, man. I'm not one of those guys that just tries to microwave stuff and throw stuff out there. I'm very strategic with what I put out. I think I've earned that spot at this point. When, a couple of years ago when I first started, it was just put things as much as possible and see as many eyes, as get the content to have as many eyes on it as possible. Now I'm very much so strategic. The people that rock with me all the way through, and they expect a certain level of quality. So that's just my style, man. The work-life balance is never going to be perfected. It's one of those things that it's like a jump shot, man. You continuously working at it, right? Steph Curry's still shooting threes every day before a game, right? Even though he's the best shooter we've ever seen. So that's just the way that I look at it, bro.
100%. And I got to ask you, man. Like you said, you want to focus on quality over quantity. You won't want to just put anything out there. So, and I look at your work, man. It's very iconic. You're developing kind of your signature look. I know you're always developing and evolving. But what's your process when you're out there, both composing the shots and when you're putting together clip by clip and adding transitions, stuff like that?
Yeah, I think with experience comes a style, a certain look when you're curating content. For me, I try to already envision it ahead of time, and then just, the game tells its own story, right? No matter whether it's basketball, football, baseball, they're all compelling stories within the game. So just trying to be in the right position to capture that is the main thing for me. But a lot of time spent into that. For me as well, I think the big thing is just being able to ask, other creatives, hey man, how do you do this? How do you do that? Rather than just stay along and drive my head through a wall. There's just so many great content creators here in the Metro Atlanta area that, I've become pretty close with. But I tell people all the time, I was talking to my brother about it the other day, I'm not in the photography, videography business. I'm in the people business. I'm in the network business. So once you're in that business, and who knows where it'll go. I mean, I don't want to be stuck doing the same thing over and over again, just like you guys. It's all about growth and evolution. And I'm in the people business. So my superpower is really being able to network with people and talk and be relatable and see if there's any opportunity to link up doing something at some point down the line.
100%. Last question out there with the Naj. I think that was a great point you brought about just being a people person. And I hope I'm not, opening a box that I'm not supposed to open. But I know you're saying you're real good with people, and you are potentially or already in doing some works with Superwoman at Slutty Vegan. Yeah, you're doing some work for her. So just let us know, man, as much as you can, how this came about and what can we look forward to coming up with that impactful brand in the metro or in the city.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then it expands past the city. I think she's a superstar in Black culture, period. It's a woman that created her own business where it was, out of a truck, and be able to expand it into, a dynasty at this point. She's been successful in a variety of different ways. I think the way that I got connected with her was literally on a whim. I had a friend essentially reach out to me and tell me that she was looking for a videographer, a photographer. And that's basically how it is, man. I just shot a DM, seeing, if there was any opportunity to work. And that's pretty much what it turned into. And now just kind of trying to be in charge of telling the story. There's a lot of news that's about to come out regarding the business. So my job is just to create the story and be as accurate as possible while doing that.
That's dope, bro. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah. But there's a lot of big news coming, so stay tuned with that. That's a big deal for my business. It's a big deal. Thank you so much for. I didn't know you remember that, man. You're a good listener. We talked about that about a month ago. So yeah. Well, we're locked in, and it's gonna be fun. So just looking to expand past sports a little bit as well, and just telling stories. So yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, man. Obviously, that's a great venture you're getting into, and I see on the sports realm you're continuing to expand. I talked about it a little bit early on in the show, but I mean, last year NFL Combine you was able to do, right. You went to the Super Bowl. You've continued to be able to do that. I see you obviously at some of the Hawks games getting photos and pictures and things like that, and then also seeing you at obviously the final or the Elite Eight with Auburn and Michigan State. Just talk about that and being able to venture in those different realms as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Especially for creatives, you guys are creatives yourselves. Obviously, we all have our different strengths and different things that we do. But if I can't say this enough, man, just continuing to network. I think there's no purpose in having a fancy camera, knowing how to take pictures and videos, and walking into an event and walking out without talking to somebody. Talk to somebody. Introduce yourself. You don't have to have a business card. You don't have to have an ad on I-95. You don't have to do any of that, right? You just have to be able to make conversation, be relatable, and you'd be surprised what you learn and who knows who. Basketball is honestly, I love the game of basketball. This is probably my first love before I really got into football, and just now expanding into the NBA and college basketball. I mean, I'm as spoiled as it gets, but that was all off of a conversation from someone that I had met at the Super Bowl, seeing what they needed also in the Metro Atlanta area. Hey, I have this for you. What does that look like? And then the rest is history. So, at the end of the day, man, we're in the market. We're blessed that we're saturated with so many great creatives. I mean, we could live in Topeka, Kansas, and this looks completely different, right? Our content looks different. The amount of the athletes that we're covering looks different, but we're in this area with so many great people. It's an ecosystem that flows within itself. You got guys that come out of nowhere and do great things. The Eyes Smooths, the Crit with Dre's, the Mari Portfolios, those guys, and they just kind of expand to something else, and then the younger group kind of comes in. So I'm kind of in the expansion mode, right? I'm kind of like, all right, I'm moving over here. I'm more delegating. I have a little team now. A lot of people say, hey, man, it seems like you're everywhere. And that's because I have multiple guys now working under my wing, and that's been great. So for me, networking is a thing. Having conversations is a thing. And that's how we were able to do that. You mentioned last year, Naj, and I'm glad that you recognize it. We're trying to do as much as we can this year. So thank you on that one.
100%, brother. And I want to ask you that because, being a creative, man, sometimes you're overlooked, what I'm saying? And the work you do doesn't get recognized until a certain amount of time. But you always talk about the networking piece, which is very important. But what advice would you give the new creators, the young ones coming up? Because I feel like, and maybe they can always, banter with this and talk about this, but I feel like, to be honest, SBPro, I feel like they want it now, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like at the same time, it's a process. And I feel like to be a creative, like you say, you got to network, but you also got to be able to have content that's unique. And you also got to be able to sometimes take those gigs that may not pay off early on, but that connection really could down the stretch and get you to where you want to go. Can you talk about that piece a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the first thing would be create your own style. I think you'd be surprised how many creatives are former athletes. So they kind of have a competitive nature in them, but that's kind of a downside in a way, because you're starting to you find yourself competing with the creatives, and it's not that. You don't need to compete with them. You just need to create, develop, curate, and evolve with your own style. So I feel like my things, I'm more of an old head at soul. So a lot of my stuff has the old soul music and the cinematic shots and the slowdown. That's my thing. There's just a lot of people doing the same thing over and over again. You guys have been at big games just like I have alongside with me. And, guys are rushing to put the stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, man, there's 20 creatives that were at the game. So how does my stuff going to look different from theirs? I need to take the time to make sure that it looks the way that I want it to look, rather than just trying to put it out to get likes and things like that. But outside of the other point, yeah, there's going to be jobs that don't pay well. There's going to be network opportunities, man. But you have to put yourself out there. It's not going to come to you. I started all this initially with Quincy Carter, Georgia legend. He's the first one and I'm always going to give it his props. He's the first one to give me an opportunity. I literally popped out to a camp, just Googled it, popped out to a camp, had nothing better to do. Did a good job, put me on payroll. He's been my client ever since. We're 3 years in. But the connections I made from him, and then to be able to network in different spaces with his book bag drive and his education fest and his Thanksgiving turkey drive, you'd you're starting to meet other people that he's been exposed of, and then if they can vouch for you and you do good business and you're a good person, then it's gonna oversee. But main thing is create your own style, man. However long it takes, whether it's one day or a month or a year, create your own style and then go with that, man, all the way in.
100%. And then, you know, for you, can you talk just about, I mean, I see you do so much great content, but I think you have a special connection with the players. Just talk about that. I mean, being the people person, the kids, they flock to you, they come up to you, they even sometimes recording you. And I don't think you'd be like, man, record me. I think they'd be wanting to. So just talk about connecting with the kids, man, and the younger generation.
No, for sure. Love the kids, man. I started off coaching, and then it just evolved into this, right? Not saying the coaching hat is all the way done. There'll be a comeback. I have some youngins that are ready to go for sure. But for me, I think just developing a relationship with the kids, I just always think back to the coaches I had when I was younger. It was always that cool, you know, not too old yet, can still relate, understand what music I listen to, understand what's cool, what the vernacular is and stuff like that. I'm not the youngest person at this point, but that connection is always going to go. And I think kids do a good job of being able to decipher if someone's genuinely for you. And I'm just for the kids, but at the end of the day, man, I'm not trying to, monetize too much off of anybody. I'm not trying to do any of that. I just, develop the relationships and the kids that I'm really tight with that we're talking about didn't know that I'd be in this lane because I didn't know I'd be in this lane 6, 7, 8 years later, which is as long as I've been in Georgia. So it's been good because it's all kind of reaching to a crescendo at this point. A lot of these kids that you could tell were superstars when they were younger are, highly recruited at this point. They're 4 stars, they're 5 stars, 26 class, 27 class. These are kids that I'm really close with. And that has been allowed me to kind of see what's under that and being able to compare with the 28, 29, 30 class, seeing what else is out there. But for me, man, if you guys have been around me, you got the hat. It's typically the vibes are always up, right? I'm always trying to clown around, always trying to have a good time. A lot of these kids want to perform, and sometimes they just need to have somebody that just talks, well to them, believes in them, and makes them laugh and go from there because that's going to make the content more entertaining. So it's a win-win basis on that end for sure.
For sure, and obviously you talked about the Nets class, so. Do you go to a lot of like youth camps? Do you go to a lot of like some of the Born to Compete events or Our Pops has a lot of events? Like, how do you get to know about these young guys coming up now before they get to high school? Because I think to me in my journey, I always tell Bacon, I think it's connecting with them when they're younger, so then they already know you, and then when they come up to high school, it's like, oh yeah, I know who Naj is, I know who Bacon, I know who SBProd is. What's your stance on that?
No, you guys do a great job of that, reaching out to that younger group. I think a lot of these guys that are already older already have those connections, already have a certain amount of notoriety that comes with it. You guys will do a great job of finding these kids before they blow up, and that's why those, are going to continue to remember you guys as you continue to get older. But yeah, the camps thing is something that I've done every summer. I've done all of Born to Compete camps the last 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the All-American game. A lot of these kids already know who I am, but it's much more relatable to actually be able to speak to them in person, not just some social media DM or anything like that. Being more relatable, being able to speak to them in person, and that next crop, man, is big, man. We have so much talent here in the state of Georgia. I've gone on record saying the class of 26, 27 is probably better than the class of 24, 25, in my opinion. There's so much talent, man, and we're really blessed to be able to have these kids. And it's the long game, man. You can kind of spot which kids are going to be really special at a young age. And then, of course, there's the other crop of kids that kind of come out of nowhere. If you can develop relationships with both of them, man, then you'll be good to go in a good position as they get older. And when they start making commitment videos and having you be at the table with the microphone, you know what I'm saying? So that's, I know your game, man. I know how y'all operate, man. Y'all in the long game business. Yeah,
Speaking of that, I'm gonna bring Bacon. This is my last question. I'm gonna bring Bacon back on. Nah, man, I gotta give SBProd his props, man. I mean, bro, you've been such an inspiration for me. I've never told you this, but the way you go about your business, man, and how you look out for people, man. You looked out for me. Some of these people that y'all see me interviewing, like it's literally SBProd. Me talking to Maddox Davis, me talking to KJ Green. Like without this man here, that does not happen, man. And he's just always like, yo, who's next? Naj, check out this guy. Naj, you got to get this guy on your platform. And it feels like, I'm not gonna lie, SBProd, I feel like you're almost a funnel. Like you funnel the kids to me to talk. Yeah, literally, you're a pipeline for me. So I want to say thank you for that, man, and just always looking out, brother, because it's rare to find that not only in our industry but also in the world.
Yeah.
No, absolutely, man. And for bacon as well, we've done some business as well on the side. No, that's the thing. People talk about it, some people do it. I think there's enough for all of us to go around. There's an ecosystem that flows, and we all win. We all do something different. We're not in competition with each other. So I'm all about winning, man. You guys have definitely helped me out as well an amount of time. But there's a lot of other young talent for me to funnel your way. So you guys just keep doing what you're doing. There's plenty more talent to come your way for sure.
Most definitely. I gotta ask you, but I hope not. I like to ask edgy questions, brother, but I hope I'm not doing too crazy. But it's just a real question, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're older than us, brother. So how do you just age gracefully, man?
Hey, man. Hey, the back the knees starting to hurt a little bit. I'm not as chipper as I used to be, man. But I ain't that old, Baker. Come on, man.
I know, but you know what I'm saying? We get to that line, brother. The big 3-0s around the corner.
No. It's funny, man. I had a kid call me Unc the other day, and I
that's the thing, bro.
I almost lost my mind. I said, "Huh, me? Not me." No,
hey,
for sure.
Hey, don't feel bad, but for sure, don't feel bad. Anything over 25 is Unc to them, bro.
I see that, man.
That's tough.
These young folk, man, YNs, whatever you want to call them, man, they're wild with their mouth. I had one call me an uncle on my page as well, not just verbally. All right, I see where we're transitioning here, but no, man, for me, I just I don't really know. I don't really do too much either, man. I don't be outside too much. Most of the time, you see me with the kids or you see me out with a camera, bro. That's pretty much it. For me, I just I think I enjoy music. I enjoy pop culture. So I'm going to keep with what's current, man. There's going to be one day I'm no longer going to be the cool person. It'll probably be seen more with my kids. Probably they won't want to hang out with me as much. They won't want to, we're not hanging out with an old man. And then it's going to be like, damn, it hit me. But outside of that, man, man, I'm just trying to stay young and chipper like you young whippersnappers, man.
No, that's a beautiful answer. On the serious side, before I get back to the play side, man, just it's 2025, man. Just how are you implementing AI into your infrastructure?
Absolutely. So AI has been huge for me at this point, from every segment of my business. So from my editing when it comes to pictures, with the mass editing, with being able to denoise certain things, and that AI has been something that I've kind of incorporated as well. But even with video, there's just so many different things that I've been kind of implementing in that. I have a social media part of my business, social media management part of my business that's starting to kind of grow. And that's literally what it sounds like. It's managing people's pages, accounts, helping businesses grow and show them based on data and analytics, showing them what being active in the algorithm of the social media platforms can do. So that's a part of my business that a lot of people don't know about that I've been doing. And to being able to chop up you guys know it, being able to chop up certain segments of a video and even have the caption might have been created for you and things like that through AI has been huge. The way of the future, man. I've only touched the tip of the iceberg on what that is, and AI is going to be the way to go, man. Because at the end of the day, the technology continues to evolve, and it's our responsibility to evolve with it.
Are you still uneasy about the introduction of AI? Are you more relaxed? No,
man, I'm all in. There's no way around it. Anything that's going to make my job easier, I'm all in on. And I think for me, being exposed to it from not only people that are more experienced than me, but also just randomly just on my feed and just seeing what tools are available. I mean, I'm always going to be open to that, just like you guys are. I mean, you either get right or you get left, and I don't want to get left. So,
absolutely, man. I think this may be the last question. I may have two more, but definitely this one for sure. Just what experiences when you were a kid kind of helped and molded you into what you are now is helping you today, if that makes sense?
Man, that's a great question. I mean, had I known what I know now, I probably would have studied something different in college for sure. I might have started this years ago. For me, I was always active in sports. Me and my siblings, we all play different sports. We all play ball. We're all pretty good athletes, but creating was always there. I mean, in terms of like artists, I have artists in my family. My uncle's a famous painter. My dad actually came to this country as an artist. That was one of the reasons he kind of got his visa to come here. He moved with my uncle to New York, and they were in art school. And when I was a kid, I used to draw my own comic books and kind of like sell them off to friends. Like it's always kind of been there. One moment that I really think about, I have a good friend of mine, Danny, back home. We had a project our sophomore year in high school using some of the same tools that I use now, creating a video. It was lighthearted, some sort of sketch. And I just remember having so much fun making that video, but the light bulb didn't click where it would have been like, all right, you need to probably go all in on it. I never went all in on that either. Also, when I was traveling around the world, my brother-in-law gave me his camera. I didn't even know how to use it. I didn't know what the settings looked like. I didn't know what shooting in RAW. I didn't know any of that. So taking pictures was just kind of just like randomly. It wasn't a passion of mine either. So, of course, hindsight's 2020. Had I listened to some of these keys, maybe I would have been into this game and been, in a different place right now. But super happy how it helped, how it worked. Sports has always been something I love. Telling stories is something that I love watching and being able to tell. And then sure of it all in a way, just you want to compete every day with yourself. I don't even scroll down at the bottom of my Instagram, bro. I hate looking at that stuff. I just want to look at what I'm doing now, but it's important to go back and look where you came and see how far you've come in your craft for sure.
Sure, that was a great answer, brother, man. That's all from me. I appreciate your time and hopping on with us.
My guy.
Oh, we ain't sent them off yet, man.
No, I'm throwing back to you, brother. I ain't cut them off. I know you got something up your sleeve, man.
Hold on, man.
Uh-oh.
I'm sending the nods from Mo.
Here we go.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. I always like to throw it to our guests, man. Just any questions you have for us, or just topics that you wanted to discuss while coming on.
Yeah, for sure. I got a lot of topics for you guys, man. Obviously, I see the expansion. If I were to ask you guys, what's some advice for folks that want to get in content creation and what you guys are doing, interviewing and all that? What's the advice you would have for some of the young kids that are getting into that? Because not everybody can run a 4.4. Right? Not everybody can dunk a basketball. Not everybody can play ball when the lights come on. There's a lane and an avenue for people like us that look like us to do what we do. So what would you suggest? What would you kind of advise them on it?
You want to go?
Yeah, y'all weren't ready for that one, huh?
Yeah, I would say, man. I would stay start at home, man. That's gonna be your easiest way in the game. That's what I did. You're gonna know the kids already. You're gonna have that relationship. And just feed your community, tap in with them, and then you're learning on the fly. You're gonna make some mistakes, and the biggest thing is you're gonna learn how to talk to people as well as being yourself because you're already comfortable, and that's just gonna steamroll, snowball. And like you already alluded to at the beginning, man, do some free work. People don't want to do free work. Do some free work, man. It's not gonna be the best early on, so just get in, and then as you grow, you know what I'm saying? Try to throw some numbers out there to people. Let me see this stick. Just you know what I'm saying, mess around and find out. But also just continue to evolve and be better. Observe other people, like you said, and continue to push forward, man.
For sure.
Yeah, I'd say for me, do it for the right reasons. Don't be doing this to try to get fame or clout. Bro, you're going to get ran out the building, dog. You know what I'm saying? So if you legit have a passion for this, no, bro, it's going to be long hours, right? And I know people don't want to hear that. They want to hear the good stuff, but this ish is a grind, bro. You got to really be doing something you love. And that's why I always tell people, monetize your passion. Whatever it is, like for you, you knew then, okay, man, I did this crazy video sketch, man, and I love being a creative. Find a way to monetize what you love, whether that's doing art, whether that's reading, whatever it is. We live in a world now with AI and everything else where you can monetize different stuff, whether you talk cooking, interviews, whatever. Just figure out a way to monetize it. But my advice, just keep going. I say start early, bro. Like if you got a passion for this, start at 10, start at 11, start getting comfortable getting on the camera. If you like interviewing athletes, similar to what SBProd said, start going to camps early. If you're 14, hey, go check it out, see if it is. See if you can interview a player, get that out. We see kids all the time that ESPN, Fox allows and promotes that are young and interviews some of the major athletes. See if there's programs out there that you can go to. You know what I'm saying? Just events. And like you said, Atlanta's the Mecca. There's always something going on every weekend. Football, basketball, whatever. Try to go to something and start early, I think is the biggest thing. And intern, if you're in college, don't wait till senior year. Don't wait till junior year. Freshman year, try to find an internship in the summer. Find something that you can. And what SBProd said, make the connection, bro. That's everything. It's no point in doing something if you can't make a connection with somebody because you don't know if that's going to help you down the line. My job with Scoreland, I got it because I had a connection with interning with a company in my senior year of college. Without that, I wouldn't have a gig. I've just elevated it and helped take it to another level. But I'm telling you, intern as early as possible, start young, and just love the process. No one's going to ever say that. It's always the result, always microwave, but love the process. If you love the process, bro, when you get the results, it's going to even be sweeter.
No, man, that's a great answer for you guys. I think another thing that I've noticed from the outside looking in as well is a lot of times people they quit before starting. They just feel like it's not for them. So even if in this space, right, interviewing and things like that, they're gonna look at Rusty, they're gonna look at Alex, they're gonna look at these guys and be like, nah, they already got it. But these guys have to phase out eventually, right? These guys have to eventually move on to something else. So you guys are more of like the new media. You guys are presenting it in a different way, and you're doing it in a way in which they can't do it, right? Rusty can't do what you guys do, right? Chad Simmons can't do what you guys do. They're just not privy to all the AI, or they don't have the time, or whatever the case may be. You guys are much more closer to the demographic that we're covering. So you guys definitely had the advantage. But the interning thing is huge, man. And I think that's something that maybe you guys can incorporate in what you guys have going on. Maybe getting some kids to intern with you guys at some point as well, because there's a lot of value there for sure.
No, 100%. I mean, interning is valuable. And like you said, you got yourself a team, I'm sure, too. And I know you always look for people, but yeah, having an intern. And sometimes think about this, they can teach you things that you might not even know. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to running your business, hey, you should think about this. Okay, let me implement that. And to your point, that could be an employee down the line. You just never know. So no, I agree with you. Incorporating interns is definitely very important.
For sure. Come on, man. Business is always open. You never know who that intern might become. I mean, there's so many people we can shout out. You guys already know, man. Some guys that I've really seen the growth, you know, the Schmixes, you know, the Ivy Films, all these content creators, man. These guys are blowing up and doing real big things. And, you know, the sad part about it is they start to do big things and you don't see them as often around as much anymore. They're just too big time. They get Hollywood, and that's just the evolution of it, man. And there's certainly a space for you guys as well as you guys continue to grow and your platform continues to grow. Might not be as accessible, but as long as you still got time to pick up my phone call, that's all.
How are you, man?
Come on, brother. Come on, brother. You know we locked in, man. Come on, estamos aquí. Tú lo sabes.
With the Spanish. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, I have one more question for you guys though. What's on the horizon? I know I see what you guys are doing. What's the next major thing you guys are trying to kind of do before the end of 2025? What's the major thing?
That's a good question. Extend the floor to you, brother. I mean, go ahead.
I just say this continue to try to expand. I say for me, one goal, I'm trying to create better relationships, especially with players. I know I have pretty good ones, but just being able, you're not going to get every commitment, right? You're not going to get everybody on your platform, but I just want to continue to expose players, man. I got a great email from a parent, you know what I'm saying, a marriage parent, and just shouting me out because I wrote an article on this kid and did a film breakdown. So I want to just do more stuff like that, just helping expose the kids. They remember that. And just continue to get big time prospects, man. You know, the major, you know, 4 stars, whatever it may be, just them trusting me, not it being a relationship where, okay, I got your commitment. Yeah, okay, I'm done with you. It's over with. But having a long standing relationship and being able to follow their careers and chronicle it. So I give you an example, Steve. I was one of the ones that brought that list up with gosh, what was it called? I can't think of it now. All Georgia, or it was Mr. Georgia, right? So I was like, hey, he's all the way down here in Toombs County, right? So I brought him on. You know, I did an interview with him, but still kept that relationship. Like I recently interviewed him before spring practice, right? And I created a whole foundation of just like Florida fans, right? Not really trying to, just having a great relationship with him. But my goal is like continue to follow his journey. Travis Smith Jr. is another one. He's at Tennessee. I want to continue to follow his journey outside of that. Like I'm trying to build and continue to kind of go like above and beyond that. So that's kind of my goal, is to continue to grow the platform and be able to be a place where players can come and be themselves and be comfortable. Like if you go back and watch the interview, Steve, like Lagonza was legit being himself. Like he wasn't, you know, sugarcoating nothing. Like he was keeping it a whole 100. Same thing, Bacon, as an example to our interview with Cortez, John Tavius, and Jonte at the time, or Jamar Owens at the time. They were themselves. That's the platform I want to create. And I want to keep expanding into college, bro. College is so fun to cover. So I just want to keep becoming that name that people trust and can see.
I'll second that. I'll say the same thing. Just continue to build an authentic platform where people want to come on, not only just talk about sports, but talk about what they're going through. I'm saying what business adventure they want to take, how they're progressing, not only on the field, but off the field, but also just hitting different things, spending outside of sports, touching, you know what I'm saying, different ventures, I want to tap like if I can get a team and hit Invest Fest and really tap into that scene and like talk to people. You know what I'm saying? We got like maybe 4 different creators that hit it, and then you know what I'm saying, you never know what that can be. That's why like I'm reporting off of EYL, man, because it's information one that we don't really tap into. It's a big platform that's for us that we're not really tapping into. So get more eyes, as many eyes on that as we can, and just, you know what I'm saying, collaborate with big people. Same thing they do on YouTube. Like you got Duke Dennis, Kai Snag saying, if I would start over today, I would do reaction videos to this. So it's kind of the same thing, but just as a different, broader perspective, and also that tapping in with different trainers, different states. Like we know Coach L here, we know Coach Daniels, and Coach as I was the cat, Coach Carter. You know what I mean? Bringing different states together on one, kind of like what destroying does. So taking different business models and meshing them together and making them your own. So that's like the next. I know that's kind of like maybe 3 to 5 years, or maybe it's next year, maybe it's next week. But that's my plan.
That'd be 3 to 5, man. It could be this year, man.
Yeah,
keep
100%.
plugging along. No, I thought that I couldn't agree more with you guys. I see the vision. Bacon, I know business wise and InvestFest, we're already locked in for that. But well, you Naj for sure. I mean, you're already going that way, and the seeds that you've planted for those younger classes, man. You just got to be patient, man, because when it comes to them picking those hats, you're going to be the one with the microphone. I mean, hopefully I'm the one with the camera.
I will see that. We need to tap into more because I need somebody to record that for me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I've always told you I want to do more collabs with you, but you are a busy guy. But I would love that, man. You know what I'm saying? That you record it. Because I'm not gonna lie, like that's what I mean when I say creative. Like you are so much better at me than that. You know what I'm saying? Where you can help me. Same thing you did with Dukes the Scoop when he interviewed Kirby. Yeah. Like, bro, you know how dope of
shout out to Dukes, man. Shout out to Dukes.
Like, you know how dope of a video that was you did?
Yeah, with my kids in the back being quiet, man. Shout out to Kirby. Kirby was a real one for my kids too, bro. He's solid, man. And Dukes is one of those guys as well. I think we're definitely going to collaborate. We've already been working from the day I met you, man. We've had good vibes, and you introduced me to Bacon. It's been that. For me, 2026 is really my year, man. I got some plans I can't say. Okay, 2026, we going to the moon with it. I've just been, laying down the foundation. You ever think of something and be like, damn, why didn't I think of that? Like back in the day, that's kind of the aha moment that I got. But now that I'm here, it's about being able to kind of curate that and execute it to the best of my ability. But, you guys are doing a great job. It's a very unique window that you guys are in because you guys do a little bit of everything. And most people are just good at one thing. You guys are really good at everything. So you guys are good with the players. You guys are good with creating the content. You guys are good with the interviewing. You guys are good with keeping up relationships. I see you guys repost player stuff all the time. And a lot of them is players that I know. So I'm like, oh, yeah, he's definitely locked in if he's taking time out of his day to go ahead and repost a player stuff. But, yeah, man, y'all boys about to be Hollywood, man. We about to see. I might not be able to get in touch with y'all real soon, man. You guys are really handling business. And the college stuff, no, for sure. I know last year you really dove in deep, Naj, and you had Bacon with you a lot of the times. You caught some real good games together. I got an opportunity with a company to be able to do all their content for college games. So I pretty much have a Willy Wonka's golden ticket. After that, we'll schedule what games I'm going to. But that was based off free work in the beginning.
See?
Work.
Same. Literally same. Like free work, bro. Like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Had to grind. And yes, bro. Yes.
Thanks.
I just hope the kids are listening, man, because that's the way to do it. Everybody wants to have nice stuff, but you can't skip the process, bro. You just gotta. You're not gonna. I'm just saying. I gotta pop my stuff. You're not gonna leap guys like me or Smooth or Create with Dre. You're not gonna leap us in a day. You're gonna have to continue chopping at that tree, and that's fine. If like Dre, shout out to Dre. I learned so much from Dre. Shout out to Create with Dre. If you hit me up, I'll respond. If you need any tips, I'll respond. I'm not one of those guys that's not going to do that. And I feel like creatives need to understand that they can do that with you two guys as well. If you want tips on interviewing, if you want to know how to lock in with these players, if you want to know what games to go to, lock in with these guys right here, man. Don't be shy.
100%. I guess last question before we let you go, man. Bacon, if you have one, I'll let you answer a couple. I got to ask you, this is a fun question, though. Me and Bacon was talking about a little bit earlier, and we said, which team has the most pressure on them in 2025? Now we hit 6A basically, and I want to get your thoughts. Now Bacon's answer was he said Carrollton. You know what I'm saying? I said no for Carrollton. I don't think. I said for me, I said gosh, what did I say? I said Douglas County. And I said North Cobb. He's like, North Cobb, I don't really know. But the reason I said North Cobb is because they haven't got to that stage where they should be at. Right. And that's not a reflection of Coach Queen, but I feel like they have the best quarterback they've had in the past 10 years. Respectfully to Malachi Singleton, respectfully to Nick Grimstead. But this guy's a winner, bro. Like what he was able to do this past year and beat Savannah Christian with all them boys they got. This dude is next level. Like you got to be able to make a run to at least a semifinal with him at the helm. What is Zachary Bellew? What is Brandon Anderson? What is still Ingram? They're loaded. You know what I'm saying? They're loaded. And in DC, this is it. This is your class. You have to win. You know what I'm saying? You got Mike Johnson last year. You got Aaron Gregory, Devin Carter. Haven't heard any rumors of transferring.
AJ Green.
AJ Green. You got the running backs. You got Jordan Breeze Carter. You got Jamar Owens. You have everything you need. You should win this year. So those are my two. But what do you think? Who has the most pressure in your eyes?
I ran on record last week on Born to Compete. Actually, the episode should be dropping tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. I said Douglas County. But funny you mentioned that. It's almost like you had inside information. They asked about North Cobb, and I don't know if I'm allowed back in North Cobb. I might not be allowed in Cobb County based on what I said. I'm not going to go too far into what I said on his show. You guys will see it when it comes out. But they haven't made it past the second round of playoffs in 11 years. I mean, why are we talking about them? They got to show me something. And I love Teddy. Teddy's a great kid. It's not even about what he did last year. First time I saw him, he fought his ass off. Against Columbia in a playoff game against Columbia his freshman year. So not this year, the previous year. I'm like, who is this kid? And then, obviously seeing him at Hustle, and I didn't even recognize him. I remember when he was younger, and he just had such a huge growth spurt. Rumors are he wasn't supposed to be at North Cobb. Rumors are he was supposed to be at another Cobb County school. Something that didn't work out, and he went to North Cobb. But he's got to show me something, man. I mean, the pressure's on them. They have a good team, too. And they're missing him, guys like him. But how far can he take them? Is it good enough to beat Grayson? Douglas County? We'll have to see.
Got you. But see, but those are only two teams, though. You see, to get Simmons, you need a Final Four. Can they get to a Final Four? Can they beat a Walton? Like that to me is going to be must-see TV because Walton's going to be better this year. Coach Porter going to have them boys ready. You know what I'm saying? But I agree with you. Can he get to that Final Four spot?
We need to see what Walton does at the quarterback position. I think defensively they're going to be very, very good. Yep. We just got to go ahead and see. They did lose some good pieces last year. North Cobb does have a lot of the eyeballs, have a good mixture of older players and younger players. But they got to show us, man, what Final Four, they don't hang banners for that. This ain't NCAA basketball. Ain't no banners for Final Four in high school football in Georgia. So they get to the Final Four, that's cool. But if they get clipped at Grayson or at Douglas County, and Grayson arrived a year too early. We all know it. They weren't supposed to win last year. They went ahead and took a ring.
Thank you. That's what they took a ring. He talking about Grayson got pressure on them. Grayson they're playing with house money. They're good.
And that's why I'm saying they're going to be the favorite in a lot of these games. That's
no, they're not.
They're not going to be the.
They're not a favorite against Douglas County. They're not. They're
the reigning champions, brother.
Bro, they're not going to be a favorite against DC.
They're not going to be a favorite against DC.
They're not going to be a favorite against DC, but when you got 16 and green, like I said, anything can happen. That's what you have to understand.
No, I did. And Travis was on the show. Burgess was on the show with me with Born to Compete when the episode drops in. The era of confidence, the aura, the way he's moving around, is moving like a kid that knows he about to go get him another one. They were a year too early. They're obviously the talent that they have is incredible. From 26 all the way down to 28. They're really, really good. They've got top prospects everywhere, from your Joel Bradfords, from your Riley Drews, all those guys. Obviously, Tyler and Ant, shout out to those guys. But, man, I'm at the Super Bowl with the Adidas only party, very exclusive. And who do I see? Tyler and Victor Atkinson. I said, Lord have mercy. There's no way this kid can't go, right? So it's going to be their form in the taking. They almost got clipped by DC last year in Grayson with no quarterback. So now when you add Mike, who knows what happens, but also losing James Johnson and some other pieces also is going to affect DC. But I don't know, man. It's Grayson's looking like, I just need to see what they have in the trenches. They lost multiple Division I players on the D-line, a left tackle that's at Texas. I want to see what they replace it with. And knowing that staff, they're gonna do their best to go ahead and do it. We just got to go ahead and see it. If it's those two at the end of the year, they also have to go to Miami Central, first game of the year, down at Trash Powell Stadium in Miami. That will not be, I promise you, that will not be an easy game. Miami Central will not lay down. So stay tuned on that one as well.
Inside, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. But before we let you go, brother, you talked about advice, man. Just what advice would you give us on just on the creative side for us? You know what I'm saying? What do you see like, man, brothers, y'all could do that a little bit, y'all could clean that up.
I just want more.
Okay, hey, we'll take that. We'll take that.
More. It's the same thing I would want you guys to ask me. More. I never feel like I'm doing enough. I do a lot of work for clients, and I don't necessarily post all of it. Y'all need to continue to do more. Like I said, there's a bit of a change there. You can kind of see it. Guys like yourselves are moving into that spot, and guys that are there already there have to kind of expand into other horizons, or you all just share the mantle. It doesn't matter, but we definitely need more. You guys have a great grasp on the younger kids in 2 sports, and that's very, very, very difficult to do. I don't know any other publication that's doing that. So we just need more from you guys, man. Just keep expanding.
Well, man, like we said, man, thank you, sir, man. We appreciate you taking some time away from your family and your creative work and your outside work for taking the time to talk with us, chop it up, give us some game, things like that. So thank you, brother. We'll see you soon.
Friend of the show. Always, man. Let me know whenever you need me.
Yes, sir, brother.
See you soon, brother. Yeah. All right, there he goes, man. SB Prod, man. Shout out to SB Prod, man. One of the creatives, man. Go-to guy, man. Doing an excellent job with his platform, man. Y'all check him out on 11 Alive. Yeah. It's a high school show, man. Always giving appearances, man. I'm sure that'll drop tomorrow, but great job by him, man. Appreciate him coming on and just sharing his thoughts, man, and just him getting out the mud, man.
Man, yeah. And I always pulling us and you know what I'm saying, younger brothers to the side, like giving them game, man. It's been countless time, like, you know what I'm saying, he kind of on my journey of, you know what I'm saying, going into a I don't say older man, but you get what I'm trying to say, young people. Just give me a little chance of hope, like, you know, man. When I was your age, I didn't even see it like that, man. So when I got here, I started doing this, and you to think like, I'm kind of thinking like, I ain't even thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Just give you a little gem. That's what life is about, man. It's not about doing things by yourself. It's about having because it takes a village anyway, and you having a den of brothers around you that's going to, you know what I'm saying, pour into you, not pull away from you, and it's worth more than gold, man.
Exactly, man. Nothing like it, man. Definitely gonna have to have him more on the show. Definitely, I think he's gonna have to be one of them guests we have frequently. Him and Jeremy.
Yes.
You have to get them both, bro. You know what I'm saying? That'll be a funny pod. But just during the season, man, just having them boys talk ball, I think would be hilarious for the platform, man. Just talking Georgia high school ball. Both of them know it real well. Got great connections, man. I think that'd be great. So definitely gonna be a continued friend and guest of the show, man. So if y'all like that, definitely let us know, man. But we got a couple film breakdowns we're gonna do to close out the show for the night, man. A couple guys we want to highlight. Megan, I think you just sent me one of them.
Yes, sir.
Was that the full film? I think I only had seen the clip, man.
Man, let me go back to the drawing board then. Just pull up somebody else, and I will I will do my thing.
All right, see you last, man. So I'm gonna start with Norcross quarterback Lukman Bog. I told him I would do it. He's a very young guy. I know they got a quarterback over there now. As well, so I'm sure he'll be in the competition over there. But we'll go ahead and roll his film. Young guy. I mean, again, y'all don't judge him too hard, man. He's class of 28, man. So he is super young, got a whole ways to grow. He'll just be a sophomore this year, man. But let's go ahead and break down the film. For players that's watching, you want your film breakdown, man. Y'all know what to do, man. Y'all holler at me in the DM every Monday for football. We'll break down the film. Yes, here we go. Let's go over the middle. Taking the hit right there.
Trips left.
Mm-hmm. Oh, snap.
Off one hop.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good arm strength right there. And he didn't even put his whole legs into it. Right, so you can see. Right, imagine he gets the full power in this throw. He didn't even get the full power and still was able to leave Dit Scott all the way down here. You love that because he torched this guy.
Facts.
So yeah, that's an excellent throw under pressure. You know what I'm saying, throwing a touchdown pass. Love to see that. Right here, a little motion.
He got a little side on there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was, bro. Another nice throw by him. Great job getting out quick. Right here, knowing where his read is. Good placement. I mean, I could tell off rip, just ball placement, something that's catching my eye. right here, throwing it over to this side, not too far in, where he can pick it. Boom. See, he's backpedaling still, and this receiver's about to go up and go get it. That's excellent ball placement. All right, here he is again.
Just looks poised in the pocket.
Yeah, always comfortable. Cameraman didn't do him no justice on that one to see it, but great job, good throw, good tutty.
Oh.
Still a dot. I mean, every time, bro. Look, under pressure again. Look, unblocked right here with this guy. I'm standing in calmly.
Do his reads, left, right.
Not an easy throw because this guy's over here. He can rotate over here, but gets it over him before this safety can come. Excellent throw. Under pressure again.
Quick hitter outside.
Quick read. Get it to your playmaker in space. Let him cook.
Nice.
Yep. Right at stride yet again. Love to see it.
Shout out to his receivers for winning, man.
Facts.
But his ball placement is definitely okay. Another one. Throws him open. Right down the middle.
Yeah, man. Heck of a throw yet again. Right here, coming in motion.
Easy.
Another good throw. Easy read. Get him out of space. Let him cook.
Field is what I'm taking away from him.
And we got pressure right here. Look at all these guys in the box.
By 8.
Yeah,
8.
Boom. Quick throw. Yeah. No, go ahead, big.
Nah, I was just saying, I was a great catch because he got clocked. But you know what I'm saying? The biggest thing I'm taking away from this is poise in the pocket. Young man being able to go through his progression, not staring one receiver down, but like you said, the ball placement and leading his receivers. I like it. I honestly, man, I'm gonna go 8.5, man, with a high upside, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. I think they got PJ Wolf. I think is the quarterback they got now, but yeah, man, high upside. I think he'll get better. Some might say the mechanics, as far as maybe him, not stepping fully into the throw, but I mean, he's pressured, right? He's getting blitzed and still throwing dimes down the field, man. I think that's something you love to see, man. And like I said, ball placement is, I think, top tier. I get ball placement a 10. Leading them receivers in stride, throwing them open. You don't always see that at a young age. Some guys struggle with a downfield throw. I think deep ball accuracy is top tier.
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't have enough legs, so whatever you're doing with your legs and your mechanics where you can throw the ball still with good velocity all the way down the field, I think is special, man. So a really good player, man, and we'll continue to follow his career, but not too many critiques on my end. Some might not like your arm angle, but I think it's fine. I think you can check a lot of boxes. We'll see the growth over your career, but definitely a really good film to be only a freshman.
I mean, like how much emphasis do we really put on arm angles these days? Because I mean, not have like the correct throwing motion.
Yeah, like some are real strict about that. Others don't care because you got examples like Patrick Mahomes, guys like Aaron Rodgers. They throw off platform, all different Burrow, Stafford. Yeah, Shador. Like, there's so many guys that throw off platform, but some they'll critique them real heavy in high school because they don't want to see that. But that's that creative side of the quarterback, I think, especially when you get to college. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, okay, hey, here's that blitz coming off the edge. Okay, boom, I might have to work my arm like this and get it over before he comes and hits me,
Right.
Yeah, so you know how it be, man.
Not exactly, brother. Just let the young man play. Not the naturals, man.
No,
natural technicians.
Yes, sir. All right, man. So this is the 8th grader again. So take it with a grain of salt. Don't judge him too much in the comments. But Ethan Adams, man, I think he is from. Gosh, it won't let me go back. Hold on, let me make sure I got where the school he's from. Let's see. It says Warriors. He's an 8th grader. I'm not exactly sure. Let me see. I don't want to say the wrong school. I know he plays for the Warriors. I'm not sure which school. I'll look it up and tell y'all afterwards. But young whippersnapper, man, basically. Oh, boy, look at that speed, man. Oh, Walnut Grove. Okay, play for Walnut Grove. Good Lord, man. Man got around that cornerback and he was gone. All right, little motion. Here he is here. Let's see. Oh,
Yes,
nice vision.
Yeah, great vision.
Mm.
He's eating his weedy. Stop on the dime.
Ooh, that cutback, boy. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that man really crossed you off your feet.
Oh man, that is funny. All right, right here, go. Okay, he's gonna go off for a route on this one. All right, put your foot in the ground, a little curl. Ooh,
I like that.
nice first down, gain right there. All right, here, a little motion. Here he comes on that back line again.
Oh, yeah, he's got the burners.
Oh man, yeah, he got some little speed to him, man. He got some speed to him. It's basically like for Walton, they're like, hey man, let's get that man the ball.
Right.
Find a way to get for the ball. Right here, 1-on-1. Touching air. Nice run right there.
But in the run again, possibly.
Looks that way. Yep. Right there in between the tackles. Good hard running right there.
Man, this type of vibe of football takes me back.
Haha, for real though. Right there being the elite blocker right there. Okay.
Physical.
Yeah, love that. Another end around again. Looks like this is against Oconee County.
Got to be 2 here.
Oh, he almost scored. If he could have kept his balance right there, that was a nice play too. You hear a little motion. Playing a little DB. Play coming to his side.
Load up. Wham.
You see how you dropped that shoulder on, boy?
Man, he dropped.
Bam! Drop that shoulder on him, man. All right, man. Don't tell me another end around. They got to switch it up, bro.
Might not have a QB.
No, man, but shoot, you can allow him to run a little flat route, though.
Yeah, true that, little.
Yeah.
Whoever the coach is, he calling these plays because they don't never know when it's coming.
Hey, it must be, man. Another good run again. Same kind of thing. Same motion. Coming to this side.
Oh, I thought it was outside. It's a good run.
Yeah, not a good run for sure. All right, we'll look at a couple more. Oh, you got legal shift look like. I think he's right over here.
Good eye.
Here he is. Boom.
Oh, up the seam.
Oh, got to be. If he can get that block, he got it.
Oh, get out of there, then, young man. He's electric, man.
Yeah, he is. He is. All right, this will be the last one we look at. Same thing on end. Oh, good vision right here. Should be coming up here. Yup, as I said. Nice. Oh man, if he could have got that block, he would have scored.
He's dynamic. I don't know what a player comparison would be yet, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
Devin Hester, maybe.
Devin Hester. That's not a bad one.
Yeah, man.
Not a bad one.
He's good. I think solid film, man. Obviously you playing in the system of your team. I like your ability to be able to come down and hit as well. I mean, you're young, bro. I would say keep doing your thing. Keep putting in them daily deposits. You're obviously electric with the football offensively. We'll let us see you use in other ways. That's not on you. You're young. But we'll let us see you catching the ball, running routes too. Because if you could do what you just showed there with running the ball, getting the ball in your hands, imagine what you could do outside too, catching the ball, breaking tackles as you were showing, the contact balance. I think is high key, your afterburners. And then defensively, just different things like coverage. But again, you're young. So we're thinking about it like at a prep level, college level. But that's some solid. I give you a 9, brother. I mean, solid film. Definitely bright future ahead. Can't wait to see how you continue to add pieces to your game as you progress through your prep career.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go 8.5. Just because we want to see those hands. Like we know what the feet are like. But like Nod said, a high upside. You know what I'm saying? I know he's gonna be able to do that thing when he gets the pill in his hand. But we want to see him make some dynamic catches. But yeah, man. I'm what's his name again?
That's Chance Adams.
Chance Adams.
Or Ethan Adams. Ethan Adams, I'm sorry.
Ethan Adams. I'm knocking him in. But yeah, great feeling, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Shout out to his family.
100%. All right. And then, Bacon, did you send me that last one with bro?
Yes, sir. I just sent it to you not too long ago.
Okay, let me get it and do that last one. All right,
here we go. That
Delbert Freeman.
Yes, sir. Little brother of Deion Freeman, who's a DB right now at Hawaii.
He was good in high school.
Yeah. Deli was a dog, man. Deli was a dog. Saying he next up, I'm saying he's a hooper.
I think that's the one. I seen something with somebody. Let me look at this.
Atlanta Sports.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, he got highlighted this past weekend for what he did on the court. Yeah, I knew. I mean, that's who I was trying to show you actually too. I was like, this little East Coweta player. I know that's close to where you at. Yeah, man, that's actually him. That's ironic. Yeah, small world. Small world indeed. All right, man. So let's take a look, man. Delbert Freeman, East Coweta.
East Coweta. Hey, yes, sir. We got it right.
Yeah, I done learned now.
It's like Griffin. Maybe not.
Oh, deep ball coming his way. Oh, okay. Ball hawk.
Ball skills off the charts.
What's that? I'm like that. I'm a free range safety. Okay. All right, run game.
Blow him up. He playing like he varsity all level. Varsity already.
Okay. I like his size too, bro.
Back pedal on 10.
Oh. Okay. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's short, but
we need to see no more. That's how they like it. Short to the point. Throw him off, coach.
You might be like that, bro. You might be like that. Like, well, how old is he?
He might be 15.
Ooh. Hey, East Coweta, boy, y'all better try to hang on to him, bro.
Oh, he ain't gonna.
Nah. Hey, man. Coach is calling. That kid can play, bro. I mean, already. And what, he like 6'1"? He look long.
He probably is 6'1". That's good. Let me see what his bio say. Yeah, he's 6'1", 160, freshman wide receiver DB, all around guard for the people that want to know. And he's in the class of 2028.
I can see him growing to like 6'3", 180, 185.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, all I'm gonna say, use the boy right. That boy can play. I'm gonna put it like that. That was short. I know I need to see more, but that 53 little seconds, 9.5. Like, yo, he got it. No hesitation. You seen that too? Like when he ran, like no hesitation, blew the play up. Played center field, went up and got it. Yeah, bro, he could play. I can sit off with it. Play.
I'm gonna give him a 10 just because I'm gonna be biased to the homeboy. When especially when you're family like that, I gotta be. But yeah. Definitely, you know what I'm saying, if you're a scout, fan of the game, definitely stop by East Coweta. You know what I'm saying? Stop by the little East Coweta, man, and show some love, man.
Nah, 100%, man. That kid can ball. Definitely a really good player, man, to say the least, man. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for the film breakdowns. Always appreciate y'all sending them in. Like I said, we'll probably do a max of 5 every Monday night. Whoever brings them in. Sometimes we have shorter ones. We only had 3 tonight. But yeah, maybe y'all ever want y'all film evaluated, just let us know, man. And we'll break it down on the show, man. But Bacon, I throw it to you. Just any closing thoughts, brother, before we get out of here for tonight.
Yeah. Did I ever get the young man's name? But it was also another kid out there from Clark. Clark has got a receiver this year. If you're watching JM, you know what I'm talking about. If you do know and you're in here, definitely drop his name. And there's another young man who won a receiver. I wish I had his young man's name, but the whisper was that he's like the next Cameron Lloyd. But yeah, the brother can play for sure. I mean, I'm gonna look at my search bar one more time. Jonathan Wong, that's not it. Nah, that's somebody else. But yeah, man. That was it for me. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, tapping in with us every Monday at 6. We shoot at 6 or 6:30. 6:30.
6:30, man.
All right, cool. I went too late then. And Monday at 8 o'clock. Thursdays at 8 o'clock for basketball. Monday at 6:30. Thursdays at 8 o'clock. Don't forget it. Man, it was a great show tonight, man. I definitely tap in with SB Productions. Got a lot of big things going. And just my advice to everybody would be just tap into technology, man. I'm gonna beat the nail in the board until it can't be beat anymore. Tap into technology, learn how to code a little bit, learn how to do some AI. You do not. I promise you do not want to be on the outside looking in what's coming down the pipe. You want to be in on the know. You don't want to leave things up to your nephews and your little cousins. You know what I'm saying? You want to put yourself in the driver's seat because I gotta. From what I'm hearing, things are finna go left real quick. Learn high level skills, man. It's gonna be my best advice. And always, spend time with your family, spend time with people who love you, and always be clean out your inner circle, man. Bless you, God bless you, brother.
Sorry. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Nah, I agree with you, Bacon. Definitely, learn what's coming down the pike. Read.
Yeah.
I don't got my book on me. Hold on one second.
What you need, man? I got a stack right here, brother. I grabbed it. That's a little too heavy. This is a good one to start out with. I thought I had my Bible nearby. Think and Grow Rich is a very good one. This is the book that started it all for me. Was Jump by Steve Harvey. Man, really got my manifestation going. As you can see, I got a couple. I should have some highlighted parts in here. I read this in my dorm room. I was transferring in from Dalton State to West Georgia. Didn't know too many people. My mom gave this to me before. I read it. This is a very good one. Steve Harvey Jump.
To Bacon's point, I was doing a session yesterday. This is the book, especially when I learn about AI technology and potential threats that it can serve as well, and figuring out how it's not possible to contain it, but we must contain it as well. It goes through all that. I just started. I'm on chapter 2, but give this a read for sure, so you know what's going on. And as we process, learn how to implement some of it to your business too. But to his point, definitely give it a read. And to Bacon's point, one last thing for the night. Just had a dope thing. I'm gonna go obviously look at it. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all real quick. But Earn Your Leisure, man. If y'all can tap in with them, they're always dropping gems on the platform. But they talked about the 5 stocks without Apple or Microsoft that you're starting with. So definitely go check that out. I'm not going to play the audio because I could get copyrighted, but you guys know what to do. As you can see right there, Earn Your Leisure on Instagram. Go check them out. Really good piece right here about the next stocks to own as well, man. But yeah, man, just keep learning, keep striving, and as we said, man, learn how to adapt, or you will get left behind. So try to adapt and do that. Keep staying on y'all journey. Keep working. And for the kids, man, y'all keep grinding. Success don't come overnight. It's a process, but be ready when your opportunity comes. That is critical. If you're not ready when your opportunity comes, hey, you know what I'm saying? You missed out on the boat. So we'll leave you guys with that. Love the Georgia Tech fans, man. Y'all are awesome. Florida fans, everybody that follows me, want to keep growing content. So if y'all see anything y'all want me to talk about, let me know, man. I'm trying to get 2 to 3 videos on TikTok a day. Mind y'all, be patient with me because I'm ripping probably like 3 to 4 articles sometimes a day, sometimes 5 to 6. So it's a lot, but I got y'all. Much love, and to Bacon as well. But yeah, man, we'll be back Thursday. Bacon, I got a super dope film breakdown we can do on basketball.
Right.
5. I don't think he's committed yet, but he's from Grayson, Kawan Garris. I got his permission to do a film breakdown. Just hit his DM. So we could probably do that on Thursday night, man. But that's going to do it. As much love. This is the Sizzling News podcast, man. We give y'all all the sizzling news. We talk a little bit about pop culture, the new emerging technologies, investing, and also we always keep it with sports and football and basketball. That's all we got, man. We're going to see y'all soon, man, and y'all enjoy your night. Peace.